So today is Saturday, September 16th. These are two custom wrestlers in a custom arena, by the way, and this is a custom belt. I like customizing stuff in this game. Wrestlers, arenas, it doesn't really matter. I don't know who the creators are. Now, for Statlander, I tried to find a more up-to-date one, like where more than a woman attire. There was one that was really good, but it had the Bad Bunny DLC, and I don't own the Bad Bunny DLC pack, so I had to get the substitute instead. But as I said, I don't know the creators, but these are two really good custom wrestlers. I'm sure you can find them under most downloaded. Either way, Kris Statlander, who is currently my favorite wrestler in the women's division, has successfully defended her title against Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. On an episode of Collision, she defeated Britt Baker, marking, as I said, the second time that she's defended her belt in 4 days. Statlander Wednesday defeated Jade Cargill to retain her TBS championship. Cargill was the woman that she defeated to become the TBS champion in the first place, because if you remember, Jade Cargill had this big undefeated streak, and then Statlander showed up, returned after Jade issued an open challenge, and then Statlander defeated Jade, which is one of the biggest mark-out moments I've ever had in my life, in my history of following professional wrestling. But she defended her title successfully Wednesday. It was on an episode of Rampage. It was taped Wednesday, but it aired Friday. And then today, Saturday, on an episode of Collision, Statlander defeated Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, marking her her second successful title defense in 4 days. Roman Reigns could never. Speaking of Roman, he's apparently not scheduled to wrestle until November. I understand the WWE wanting to keep Roman safe, wanting to keep him protected, because, you don't want your top guy to get injured and be out for 5 months or so. So I get Roman having a very light work rate. He's not working week in and week out. I get that. They want to make sure he can't get injured, or at least mitigate the risk of him being hurt or something like that. So I understand it. But, if you're the big dog, if you're the head of the table, I almost said forehead of the table. If you're all these things, the big dude, the WWE Universal Undisputed Champion, and you don't defend your belt, I don't know, it kind of makes you look a little weak. But, he's a champion. He's been champion for over 2 years, so what do I know? So, CM Punk, has been in the news recently, apparently. Now, we discussed the CM Punk stuff last time, but in this instance, Punk is stating that he is going to be somewhere in a couple of months. Some people are speculating that he's going to show up at Survivor Series, but I don't think that's going to happen. But who knows? The Punk stuff, I think it's just a bridge that's already been crossed in terms of Punk. So I don't want to delve on that too much, but that's what happened. Also, in the women's division, I believe Thunder Rosa is set to return eventually, one of these days. Back in 2021, Thunder Rosa became the AEW Women's Champion. It may have been early 2022. She defeated Britt Baker, I believe, it was March 17th. It was this St. Patrick's Day Slam. It was in a cage match. There was a little bit of drama involving Thunder Rosa last year and stuff like that, but, I'm excited to see her come back eventually, one of these days. But going over to WWE, for Rhea Ripley, I really don't see anybody competing with her. When it comes to Io Sky, who's the women's champion, there are 3 different options. You have Asuka, Charlotte, and then Bianca Belair, right? Those are 3 really solid options. Of course, I would prefer Io and Asuka to have a rivalry, but, whatever. But for Rhea Ripley, you don't really have anybody who can go against her. I'd imagine they'd get somebody to win the Royal Rumble and go after Rhea, but I don't know. Maybe Asuka might win the Rumble. Who's to say for sure? But, if you're trying to book something for Rhea Ripley, what are you going to do? I mean, some people might be theorizing at this time that Jade Cargill might debut at WWE and face Rhea, but, of course, nothing's confirmed yet for the Cargill stuff, so I don't want to entertain that for now. But I really don't know where you would go with Rhea Ripley from here. But maybe Nia Jax is going to come back and perform a bonsai drop on Rhea Ripley, and then they start a feud with Nia Jax and Rhea Ripley because, that's what everybody wants to see. But that's about it for the world of wrestling for now.